But yeah, just going back to the Montreal thing. Now, different people have claimed different things about their involvement. Jim Cornette has, in recent years, said that he didn't actually know they were going to go with it, but he did actually suggest the finish for that match where Bret's cheated out the title. He said he actually likes Bret Hart and dislikes Shawn Michaels, but like
Uh,
it was just a case of they needed to protect their own interests really, and he suggested to Vince in his words about because they said that he'd know about the Wendy Richter Moolah finish. So he said, well, how about Shawn gets him in the sharpshooter, and that's when they ring the bell. But again, sort of Jim Cornette says he hates the idea that he was partly responsible for that. But when it actually happened, he didn't know they were going to go with it. And
oh my God.
speaking of Jim Cornette, his arch nemesis Vince Russo, after the screw job, Mick Foley actually had a massive go at Vince Russo, and Vince was heartbroken because he actually had no knowledge of it at the time, and it really hurt him that Vic Foley, who he had a lot of respect for, would blame him for it. And yeah, and also let's not forget that at the end of the event, Mick Foley actually left for what he was went on strike for a while, didn't he? He didn't show up for a show or two.
In protest.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, so I think in the end he was talked into coming back, and they sort of I think they assumed he was coming back, but they just gave him time to cool off. Um, and in Foley's book, he says, well, there's no point in him sitting at home, sort of, while Brett's in WCW making millions. He's not doing himself any
Yeah.
favors, is he? So, I mean, I really like Mick Foley as a person because, like I say, Shawn Michaels is my favorite wrestler, and Foley is my favorite wrestler, stroke human being. He's just such a likable guy, isn't he? He really cares about the business.
I can't think of anyone on that level. Yeah, he's very. Everyone likes him because no one's got any arguments against. Really, not much against him.
Yeah, but he has had his rivalries like with in real life with people like Ric Flair, but they're I think they're friends again now, so that's all okay. So yeah, he has had yeah he has had conflicts with people behind the scenes, but most people sort of respect him. So
He's friends because he was at the Ric Flair did that last match thing.
yeah.
He was he was sitting there with the Undertaker.
Mm,
I liked him when he was commissioner and stuff as well.
yeah. So we're talking about people who were in the know about the screw job. Obviously, like I said, Jim Cornette didn't know what was happening at the time, or claims he didn't know. Vince Russo claims he didn't know. Bruce Pritchard has also said he didn't know, and he was actually, and Undertaker didn't know either. They were both upset about it, and I think there was some kind of tension between him and Undertaker because both thought the other knew about it and were keeping it from the other one. Gerald Briscoe knew because he actually taught Shawn some self-defense moves in case Brett was going to attack him afterwards.
Oh my god,
Yeah, so it
I
got
didn't
that
know that.
serious. I mean, because obviously it did. They knew it would affect Brett really badly, so they wanted to make sure that Shawn could defend himself if need be. And I think Triple H knew. I can't prove that, but I think he did know. Um, I'd imagine Shawn told him. I mean, in the Wrestling with Shadows documentary, Triple H says to the founder, "I swear to God, I had nothing to do with it." And I think that's true up until a point. He wasn't involved with the decision making, but I think he did know about it. He didn't have anything to do with it, but he knew about it, if that made sense. I've also
Oh,
seen an interview with China, and she claims she didn't know about it, and she claims she was outraged. But again, just read into that what you will. Obviously, sadly, China is no longer with us. But she says actually in her interview that on the way back to the hotel, a crazed Brett fan actually jumped on her shoulders. So you had to
oh
sort
my
of
god.
get them off of her. Yeah.